water and pull the stream up on my phone. I got 24% battery on this phone, and because I was watching some other friends stream. Just watch some friends stream one after another, and the battery slowly dies, I guess. So that's not the best news to hear. Hopefully it doesn't die while I'm streaming. That would suck if it did die while I was streaming. Because I wouldn't be able to read comments if people were to comment then. Because I don't have it on my screen as you can see. So you could see more. And me. That is me in the stream there. As I watch over it. I have to evolve. I believe I have about 3,000 something evolve points or something like that. I have a decent bit. Hopefully I can evolve like fucking crazy. 3,000 something, yeah. I would really like to have had like 4,000. I'm gonna sit here and take a puff of my, you know what, take a hit of my shit. Take a hit of my weed. You hear me coughing and shit. You know, I apologize. Let me just get used to a screen that might be a little bit more visually enjoyable to watch or look at. As I just sit here, you can look at my stats here and what I got. I'm level 6, not good mesmerize. Alright. Letting you just look at all my stuff. If you hear anything in the background, as usual, that might be my little sister, or I want to give it a try. Let me pull up the chat on my phone and make sure I got this here. I gotta make sure I got the right chat. I don't want top chat. I want live chat. Make sure this bad boy is still charging, because that's just charging now. So hopefully it stays charging, because I'm not, you know. Wish me luck, everybody. Well, that's one. He got a great bite, absolutely smashing hit. Alright, I will say, there were like 8 levels above me. As long as you're really smart and you're really good about it, you can actually like do fairly well. I think I can buy ammo off of Milton, so that's good. And be like, hey, yo, Milton, you got fucking ammunition? I'd be dropping fucking rounds on these punk bitches. Alright, but yeah, as I say, I'm gonna read this one for you, alright, because I'm feeling in the mood. But anything in the background, my cousin is sleeping, but he was watching Burn Notice. I like the show as well. It's a good show, Burn Notice. But you might hear something in the background like that, or some screaming. That's my sister, or maybe my dad yelling at my little sister, because she's always getting into stuff. She screams because she's autistic and she doesn't know better, so, you know, nothing crazy's going on. She just screams like a crazy girl. But yeah, so anything in the background, you know, and then me coughing because I'm smoking and shit. I'm just chilling out. But yeah, hope you all enjoy watching the stream so far. Thank you for joining me for this one, and I'm gonna read this now. Alright, vampires drink blood. This may be their most specific trait. The sinister, uh, uh, particularly of their condition. This may be their most specific trait, the sinister. I can't really make that word out. I'm sorry. Peculiarity of their condition. I'm sorry. I can't really sound that out right now. Of their condition, if I may say so. But for me, this is not the most important characteristic of their diet. What has always fascinated me since I started to study them, is the imp- imperativeness, imperative need for blood they seem to endure. They want it more than anything, and this desire can dance or drive, not dance, fucking drive them to expose themselves. And I'm like, it's kind of small, the words and shit, and I'm trying to like make sure I'm getting them right and shit. And hey, and when they drink it, they seem to feel some sort of short trance of uh, elastic empathy. Said to me once a Volkid I interviewed in Moscow. I am convinced that this is an essential element to understand the nature and condition of the vampires. They don't drink blood because it sustains them, but that it offers them ecstasy. Vampires are addicted to blood, all of them. It is part of their nature. Those among the immortals refuse to submit to their appetite by the strength of their will only, are never freed from this addiction. From Unveiling the Night by Usher, Talltree, uh, Primate of St. Paul. And hello, hello, Mad Max, YT, YouTube. What up? Yeah, fucking, which door did I come in? I came in this door and busted them the fuck up right away, so yeah, let me check these drawers. Yeah, they were about 8 levels above me, so yeah. I still need to evolve, I understand that. I was just like, let me go bust them up and shit, and walk around and see anything else to grab and loot. Shillings, alright, we always love money, people. That's to outside, I believe. So I guess this would be another way in. And then you'd have to kill the skulls. Thought I saw something shine, people. We're being thorough. I gotta evolve. Yeah, I got outside. Hmm. Hey, damn. I'm reading these ones. I haven't read these ones. Shadow Veil, stamina use, used per second when walking, when standing still. Like, okay, tactical, I see. Like, defensive, Can I just still keep smacking them up? I want to upgrade this motherfucker, that's for damn sure. Fucking 2,000, fucking... Shit. Now I see why people be snacking on motherfuckers in this game. They'll be like, yeah, you know, I just need to upgrade that because 2,000. Here's a fucking arm while you're at it. Fucking, I love snacking up bitches. That's why I'm upgrading the shit out of this people. Alright, motherfucker, I went from 6 to 10. So I can go up to, I would say, since I was already fighting shit like 8 levels above me, depending on what it is, I could probably do up to like 16 to 18 now, and I've seen bitches that were 16, so I would say I have the power now to kick them in the fucking face. Not easily, but you could still do it. Huh. Who is that? Lost? Who's lost? Oh, motherfucker, they respawn. Bitch. Can I move? Or like you're gonna trap me in a fucking corner? Like I was a lower level doing better than this, so like now I know something's a little fucked up. Oh man, what the fuck was that gay shit? It is what it is. That's why I say like the combat's not great. It's goofy. I gotta wait that long. Oh, this man jumped on me while I was turning around, you bitch. Smack you up, bitch. Alright, what the fuck am I doing? I still gotta make medication. just like looking at shit here, and I'm like, this motherfucking machete don't seem to be cutting it. Like, this shit doesn't, I don't fucking know. Like, I improved my level, it's still kind of shitty. Dude. We're back. I don't like to do this, but may need a little bit of blood. Might need a little bit of blood. Ooh, pest control. It's a trophy. Ooh, eat 10 rats. That's nice.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Let me just take all your shit.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of...
There's on for fatigue on me right now, so this is why we
My
make
father
shit
is an
people.
idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Man, that's part of life, though. You gotta go out there every day, man. Something might happen. It is what it is.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Or fuck, I gotta give him medication.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked, all right.
Mr. Peterson, it is my duty to inform you of our refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. I must thank you for the time spent at our office explaining the difficulty of your situation with your little boy and the loss of your beloved wife, but it is also my duty to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of former criminals or convicts. Your unfortunate connections with the ill-famed Wet Boot Boys have been duly noted. These are hard times, sir, and Finch and Harper intend to reward first the candidates who pass the small inquiry we'd like to induct about our future employees. You have my deepest sympathies, and may God be with you and your family. Sincerely, R.D. Harper. If you ever suspected someone to be a vampire, don't try to kill them yourself. You have no chance. Instead, contact me or try to inform a professional vampire killer. These men and women are rare, but they know what to do against these evil creatures. It even seems that some of them are working together under the name of the Guard of Pridwin, a paramilitary organization dedicated to the eradication of the vampires in London. They are your friends. You are not alone. Solutions exist. Be smart. Spread the word.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
My man trying to put you out of business, man. Let's go break this man's kneecaps. God! That motherfucker broke my knee. Like, yup. Stone Cold Savage. How's that knee, motherfucker? You crazy fuck. You storm my mask, crazy.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Oh, goddamn.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Okay.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
She is actually a saint, son of a bitch.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Like, where the fuck would I get all this money? Do I get paid at some point? Like, this is fucking crazy. These motherfuckers want my fucking money. Like, this is fucking hogwash. Motherfucker, you want how much for one fucking part? I only got fucking 260. Like, what are you trying to fucking rob me here, you thief? You're a fucking thief, you fucking thief. You fucking no good, rotten bastard.
Cheap. Price. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Trying to cut my man's throat.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Like, Dorothy's over here trying to cut my man's throat with the prices. Like, fucking yeah. I would go to her too, you bastard. You want fucking 35 shillings for a fucking spring, you thief. You, sir, are a right cunt. And a thief.
How to pay, one way or another.
to do.
You still want more from Christina?
When we spent the night together, my wallet went missing.
Are you calling me a thief? I don't have your stupid wallet.
I know you. You're a nice girl. Can't we solve this amicably?
No, I don't think so. And if you think you know me just because we share the bed together, you're just a lousy and arrogant journalist.
Okay, we got a thieving little bitch. Okay, you fucking thief. She's a dirty little thieving bitch, this one. So we're here being a dirty little thief. Thief. My wall went with missing. I think what he's saying is bet you knows you're playing him a fool. Right. Influenza, shit. Influenza's a bitch, ain't it?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Good man.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
Exactly.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
Tell me, Clayton, do you really think this young woman stole your wallet?
Christina? Yes. I recently met her. A nice girl, despite her questionable conduct.
How exactly did you meet Christina?
During my investigation, I offered my hotel room to her to rest and get away from the street.
And what happened?
The next morning, my wallet and my watch had disappeared. I suppose that's what you get for being a good Samaritan.
Oh, that bitch did it. Ain't a fucking doubt in my mind, dude. He's not no dumb motherfucker either, yo. Everybody fucking has fatigue, fucking cold. I fucking remember where Bates was and shit.
If you are going to sleep with a lady of the night, Clayton, I would advise you to be cautious.
I can't really be mad at her, though. She's just trying to survive. She doesn't have many options.
Tell me, Clayton. Do you really think...
Christine,
I'm sorry.
Was it wise to become so intimate with a woman you were supposed to interview, Clayton?
maybe it was. But I have learned to look for the inner truth and beauty in people.
I apologize. I didn't mean to be rude. What can you tell me about this woman?
She's very sensitive. So nostalgic about her country. I saw her cry once because she'd lost a precious souvenir from her homeland.
What was it?
A scarf her brother gave her before she came to England.
Why are you so concerned? You seem to have something on your mind, Mr. Darby.
That we could make peace if I could find it and give it back to her. But I'm afraid she lost the scarf somewhere during her night shift.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Oh, my bad. I always
Good
fucking
evening,
forget.
Doctor. Can I help
I'm
you?
like talking and shit.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Fuck, everybody got fatigue and shit.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
I will refrain from saying anything, people. Alright? There's a lot of things I can say. Bitch, everybody's got fatigue. You probably got it when you fucked him.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time. Until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Like, she's like one of those bitches that would be like, oh shit, I got AIDS, but I need money. I'm gonna fuck niggas out here and kill them. And be like, oh, I'll take your money and I'll kill you too. It's like, that's fucking you crazy, bitch.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And
What
you
was I
think
just
that
saying?
would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
I think I want to eat this bitch. How good is her blood? I don't know, man. She might go. She's a street hooker. I mean, who really cares about a street hooker here, people? You gotta be very picky and choosy, and maybe a street hooker is the best way to go. You just gotta kill that dirty old hooker. Kill that dirty bitch. Call it a fucking day. She's out here killing like, oh, I'm gonna kill motherfuckers. Like, that's fucked up, bitch.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Huh. Oh yeah, you can't find a job as an immigrant, so I'm gonna be a whore.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives.
True.
I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly.
Kids.
But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Sell my pussy.
Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet? Tell me the truth, Christina.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it? He seems to trust you.
For a time I thought he was different from other men. In the end, he just wanted to sleep with me. Same as the others.
Perhaps Clayton is different. Maybe you two should talk. A conversation couldn't hurt.
I know what I am and what people call me. I sleep with men for money. If I can accept that, why can't he? No. My future is with the ones I love, not with Clayton Darby.
The ones you love? The money you stole is not for you, then?
My brother is still in our hometown in Romania. I am the only one who can buy him a ticket to England.
Oh, you're gonna sell your pussy? I ain't out here selling you pussy for a fucking train ticket. This is a shame, lady. Oh, I feel sad for you. Can I give you the money so you just don't have to sell your ass anymore?
Tell me,
sad.
Christina, is it worth risking your health and your life for your brother's safety?
He's the only family I have left. I had to leave Romania without him. I can't be happy until he is near me again.
I understand your concern. I spent many months away from my family when I served on the front line in France.
Every time I write to him, I fear I won't receive an answer. It kills me to know he is still there.
But what about your life, Christina? Are you so worried about your brother's survival that you'll risk your own?
You think you know it all because you fought in the war. But my brother is no soldier.
I know. We all understand
Right, 'cause I'm
the
a
risks to
hardcore.
soldiers, but we don't necessarily recognize the civilian casualties caused by these conflicts.
Yes. Wars are decided by rich men who will never take the risk of being shot, raped, or maimed.
Does your brother know what you do to earn the money to bring him here?
Don't be simple, of course not. And he must never know. Everything will be different once he is here with me.
Oh yeah, like what are you gonna move? Like what's gonna happen? Like you can't do that in your neighborhood because like, hey, you still sell your pussy? Like what? What are they talking about? Nothing. What the fuck do you mean when you selling your pussy? You're like, hey, you gotta fucking have. You can't live in London. You can't leave. You can't go nowhere near Whitechapel or the West End. Like I fucked you. Like fucking what? Dirty pussy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Shut the fuck up. Oh.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike
Fuck
the
no.
city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Exactly. I only believe in fact.
But the answers I seek are based on facts.
Logic and
not
fact.
superstition. What do you mean?
All
Quite a...
but you...
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Don't do drugs.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Science and progress are our only hope against the monstrosity hidden behind this epidemic.
See, Doctor? Now you acknowledge the presence of evil within the city's walls. Now you start to admit the truth.
Tell me,
God,
science...
See, Doctor?
I get it, I get it, I get it. You want to play into people like him because he's a crazy, no good fuck.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
I have heard enough for tonight.
Crazy
Goodbye.
fuck.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. People won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Trying to close up my grinder.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take
Yeah,
a look.
fuck you, cheap price, motherfucker. You rip off. The fuck you are.
Don't be afraid. Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Oh man, that shit is painful. What the fuck is that? Hit. Miss. Hit. Damn, the combat's a little goofy. Wait, what the fuck are you just gonna do? Oh. Bitch! I need blood real quick. That blood back real quick, homie. Did not know the crates were breakable. Oh, he's a smart one. Like you get like shit for XP. Like I had like 20 here, and now it's like 5. You get 5. What the fuck? Oh. That's a bitch. Them combos, man, they just fucking, he's throwing the infinite one Man, this bitch ain't been charging. Fucking sorry ass excuse. Trying to get that bitch charged real quick. Where the fuck was I? I just been running around fucking Whitechapel like, yeet. Check that. Yeah, so usually. Said it. Alright, fuck base, I get it.
Burn it, I'll kill it!
I don't even know what these weapon system people, so just fucking bear with me.
can't believe I'm doing this.
God damn it. Hit. I need stamina. Man, you about to get this bitch next. Oh my god, he ran. Like, dude, how fucking far is that aggro range? Bitch. Combo. bitch, motherfucker. November 2nd from Scott Lewis Cageney to Mr. Some shit McCollum. I think that would be Jeffrey. I don't fucking know. Mr. Something McCollum. Pembroke Hospital survey, vampire activity. Sir, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now, we can confirm vampire activity first. We now have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient to hide her true unholy condition. I personally sneaked inside the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. But it gets worse. The administrator of the Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea, according to our team leader, Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in a fight against a scow by the canal, may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on at the Pembroke. Maybe even a nest of vampires protected by those bloody traders of the stole. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. The fucker's got headaches over here. Like, this is the way I might have come last time.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
An unbricked goddamn migraine.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Welcome, whoever joined.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
But
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
listen, if these fucking prices get any higher, I'm gonna fucking
When
stab
science
someone.
fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
I could get some.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Fuck.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
That man's is fucking. Do I even have something I can make for fucking migraines?
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. I cannot enter.
Can't remember. This door then. I wonder why I can't come out that door. try to see if that would unlock it. Maybe it was that door. Let's see where this makes me come out. Tell you, these loading screens are an absolute fucking killer. Thank you for all watching, tuning in. Where the fuck am I at now? And I unlocked the gate. Look, it's a whore.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Who else is like fatigued? Recovering. I ain't got nothing for a migraine. Fucking Bates. Where's Bates? There we go.
Maybe it's time to see if this Christina is still working nearby.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
You're sick technically if I look at that fucking checkup, bitch.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, Do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
I'm no saint, but to take advantage as you do, you are a despicable man who could only prosper in these dark times.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, saved lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamburer's shit.
What is your business, exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
Hold on, I'm gonna... Yeah, alright, notifications off. Alright.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Take this as my final warning.
Yeah.
You will not profit from the misery of others. Business is one thing, but what you do is quite another.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
Got some ideas.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a nurse. What can you tell me about her?
Dorothy Crane. Bless her soul. I really should thank her someday.
Tell me truthfully, why are you so thankful?
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making me a rich man. Every month they live, it's more coin in my pocket.
Okay. I wouldn't make much off of him if I fucking ate him. Hopefully brings this bitch up to healthy. Western Docks, I get it.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates. It's locked.
No civilians allowed, sir. Stop now! Back in the grave!
Bitch. Motherfucker hit me with a shotgun. Dead.
Steady, boys! We've got one over here! Murdering Farson!
I think that'll be enough blood. Why do people throw so much useful stuff away? I'm trying to explore like every and all of Whitechapel. Where did you come from, you fucking dickhead? Oh, that fucking how'd he get the grab? Oh, come on, like, I hate how they can go right through the attack, so it's like, oh, my fucking attack doesn't mean dick. And they just trap me in the corner because you can't dodge through them. What's the point of having the fucking coolness of the dodge if it doesn't work? It's a little stupid in that way. So we explored, people. Didn't know that there was 2 more people, or at least where they were.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
That's the lady over there, alright. That's good. I'm happy everybody over here recovering is good.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight. The barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Making sure there's no secrets, man. No secrets. Yeah, it's probably not right. That man doesn't even react on whatever. Oh, from that side. I would have to go down that path.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Tell me about Richard Nithercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well. Goodbye, then.
She's, straight up like a rock. You know, she's not. I got nothing for migraine, right? Or headache.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Everybody's just fucking sick in this place. Like, Whitechapel is just like fucking shit stained everywhere. Pardon my French. Oh yeah, the map, the map.
Nobody at home. It's locked, all right.
Distribute flowers at this hour of the night.
There's no one in.
I'm just making sure covering all bases. Now I'm trying to figure out, like,
Maybe it's time to see if this Christina is still working nearby.
Mr. Bates.
God damn it.
Good. I cannot enter. I will return later. It's locked.
So this is locked, definitely.
Distribute flowers at this
I can't enter.
No one's there.
Perhaps I should go into.
It's locked, all right.
Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Gangs are good.
Proven by many. Even the flu is no match.
Fuck. Am I supposed to do it? It's a little confusing.
It's locked.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And that's locked.
There's
so
nobody
how
here.
the hell?
Mr. Bates.
Evening.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a nurse. What can you...
Dorothy Crane, bless her.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
History seems to get uglier every year.
shit. Huh. Absolutely fucking... I'm fucking... I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm supposed to just sit here. I'm looking this shit up on YouTube. I have another phone. I'm looking this shit up on YouTube. It's driving me fucking crazy, and I don't want to fucking sit here and have you just watch this bullshit with me running around doing nothing, trying to find my fucking way like a chicken with its head cut off. There's got to be something I am missing. Okay, so watching this on YouTube, apparently right where I am standing, there's supposed to be a big fucking red circle, like just blooming. I mean, just like There we go. What? I don't know, stream. What? Can somebody explain to me what just happened? Like, I watched the YouTube video and the same thing happened for some reason. Like, but this dude had it like instantly. He just popped up like boom. For me, I was like, do I stand here for like fucking 10 minutes, whatever, and it's glitched. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this game's a little glitchy because the combat's like glitchy. When I try to hit, they hit me. Definitely that. I was running around trying to fucking sit there, checking, looking, sitting, checking, looking, checking, looking, nothing. Now all of a sudden, fucking boom. None you can do, folks.
A strange man was at the door with the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Interesting.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
I'm gonna go in, craft one for bronchitis. I believe is what the gentleman had. I'm gonna go check it. I'm also gonna give that to him, because even though he's being a complete dick, I am a doctor. Bronchitis. I got bronchitis. Let's try this door now. I guess this man just does not take fucking fall damage.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Do you know that Christina is hoping to pay for her brother to travel to England in the near future?
I see. No, she didn't tell me that. But that explains many things.
Do you believe she will ever see her brother again?
As long as the war rages in Europe, I'm afraid her chances of seeing her brother again are slim to none.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me...
My dearest, most beloved children. I am so sorry you have not heard from me in a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war, but there is also a war going on here in Europe. A war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I tend to and fight. Despite my advanced years, this is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now, and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now. To feel useful one more time, I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. As I am as ever your loving father, Darius. Yes, okay. That's very
more leverage to it. Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Did you know the Mute Florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
The last 10.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Man can sprint, I'll give him that.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see, Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Can I give him the medication? Pull that out. I heard you had bronchitis.
It's locked.
Pause it and read this, cause sure, I'm not. I'm sorry. I apologize. Pause it now and read this. And I'm gonna scroll down. I don't feel like getting to like where I'm gonna cut the stream soon.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor? It must be my lucky day.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Tell me
I do not...
It's just weird how it's still lit up.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but... Thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
fucking open these gates now. Poor people.
He's going into convulsions, Doctor.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor.
I don't know if I should ask for the
He's breathing
anesthetic.
again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
I guess that would have been shitty to ask in the fucking beginning in the first place. Do you have any
He's still bleeding, Doctor.
No.
I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Right.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor at this point.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor.
This is the best thing I can think of. I don't think this is the ideal situation. I'm not that great. I feel pretty bad.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
So I gotta get rid of this Dorothy bitch. I don't care how good you are, I'll get rid of you.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
That's fucked up.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Like, now I'm confused. I'm like, this is where shit gets real devious, because I can let this bitch go. I can eat this bitch, which isn't half bad. You will forget all about this and charm her.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Yeah, I've never played this. This is blind, so if I'm making bad choices,
It's locked, all right.
I don't know the consequences of my actions in that way, of how exactly they will affect. In real life, you can kind of, tell. Like,
Oh, this one stinks already.
holy shit.
Watch it! He's a killer! Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this first. He's dead!
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Get back in the grave! Burn it, boy!
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Die, burn! Burn him! That's what you do with lynches.
Oh, you motherfuckers. the infinite spawning homies. I'm trying to switch back, damn it. I get like fucking 2,000 experience, god damn it.
Doesn't like fire, does it?
Whipping this motherfucking 8 levels above his head.
sure Albert would like to know he's been accepted by the wet boys.
Big level 4 of them, like Jesus Christ. Fucking. Blood, give me it. Please let me get out of the corner. Oh god. It takes my blood and he powers right through the attack. Give me your motherfucking blood. I see, that's open now.
Time has again.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You are no vampire. You are a delusional woman, convinced she is something she is not.
How convenient to call delusional anyone who does not share your precious rationale, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor.
I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Fuck.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
No need to apologize, my lady. I know exactly what you endure.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
After this, I'm gonna fucking get off and stop streaming and sleep.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me?
Highly doubt it.
Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Huh.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Packing up a bolt.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now.
And 27 I shall remain.
That is absolutely fascinating. So, I guess in this whole thing, you like whatever age you were fucking turned, you will just stay that age forever. Like I was turned at 33, look 33 for fucking 200 years. Like what?
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady.
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
One second thought, fuck this. I'm gonna call it a stream. Right here. Call it a stream right here. So folks, thank you for watching. For all this time. For as long as you have been. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you liked watching. I'm sorry at that one point when I kept running around, it just glitched out kinda, cause after sitting there for about 3 minutes or whatever, moving around a little bit, that red circle just appeared. No clue about that. Sorry. You can fast forward that part if you want. I wouldn't mind if you did. I would be completely understanding of that. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, and support. And I'll see you in the next part.